I met a gypsy.
So why can't you race Paris?
Yeah. So actually, came here with the goal to race Paris, just as a cherry on the cake.
So you
And-
were like, okay, I'm going to go to the US and I'm going to see if I can do it. And if I can do it, I'm going to race Paris.
Yeah, that was my goal. To come here, see if I was going to be good, and if it was good enough, I wanted to race Paris just as a cherry on the cake, just have fun. And then I actually felt really good, showed really good speed. They were really impressed at the factory down here. And then, yeah, we just tried to call the factory in Austria, and they were like, nah, it's too dangerous. But I mean, it can also happen next week if I go to Lommel. I can also crash. I can also go down. And they're like, yeah, but it's also dangerous to go racing against a French guy who wants to beat the world champion. I mean, I can go to the practice track in Lommel. They can take me out. So there's so many reasons why
You can get clipped on a road bike.
I had that before. I was before Sardinia 2021, 22. I got clipped. No, 21. Sorry, 21. I got clipped by a road bike on my road bike by a car. Broke my wrist. So there's so many things which can happen, and I think I showed really good speed in Supercross, and not only the speed. Of course, I also get the safety, but I haven't had. Okay, I had 2 sketchy moments. I posted them on my Instagram, but I haven't really been sketchy the whole time. Like Ruben said, I've been fine. Like I've been doing great laps, consistent laps. Even got in the motors at one point because we had this decision. We would first see ourselves if I was going to be good enough. So we were waiting till Rasmus, our team manager, was coming over, and then we would make the decision if I was good enough and if we would even ask the factory. But then it ended up being really good. Done that day, like the whole program, within 2.5 hours, within 3 hours, I did 5-minute moto with +1 lap, fuel up, have a quick drink, another 5-minute moto, and then we did the main event, which was 9 minutes plus a lap or something like this, or 12, can't remember exactly. So it went all good, showed great speed, was riding with Tom. Okay, of course he was still fast, he's the East Coast champion. Of course he's better, so I don't get me wrong, but I mean I showed great speed, and even at the factory over here they were really impressed about my speed. But then, yeah, they just didn't want to let me race from Europe. They were like, yeah, you're the guy who we need next year. You need to defend your world champion. Yeah, of course, I need to defend my title, but it can also happen somewhere else. And that's a bummer. I just really wish I could race in Paris, but maybe one day.
It's disappointing though when like you just don't get many opportunities to just be so in the moment and enjoying your career. You know, like it's your job, but you also want to really be able to enjoy your job and get the most out of your career. It's a short time. You have a short window to be able to do what you're doing professionally. And it's like, mate, you won the world championship. You won Motocross of Nations. You've come to California. Brilliant laps at the test track. Fixed your golf swing. You know, like, but you have a great momentum and, like you said, a cherry on the cake to be able to race. And I just, it is a bummer to hear that because it's just you're in a really great year for your career, and it's like it's a accumulation of everything that you've been doing since you were 12, 13 years old.
Yeah, exactly. Like I just said, it has been a dream for me ever since I've been a small kid to do an opening ceremony over here in the US, but even an opening ceremony in Paris.
Dude, Paris
would
goes
be
so hard.
Crazy, and there will be so many Dutch fans coming. I already know so many Dutch people which will be there. Just, it will be so cool because it's pretty close. As a European, there's many Dutch guys who are like, Paris Supercross. Once a year we can go to a Supercross, which we can afford. We don't have to fly all the way out to the US, which is an 11-hour flight.
Yeah.
And we can just go watch Supercross and still have really good guys out on track. What Paris Supercross does a great job with. They have Chad and Hunt on there now. Joe Shimoda, Tom. It's an amazing event. Like I go there every year. since I had my driver license. Even before that, like when I
Really?
went a few times with my parents, I just want to be there. Like it's so cool just to watch it already. And I've been always dreaming to race that one day. And then, yeah, the factory is just like, yeah, but you can crash or you can have this can happen. And we already had this so many times with Jeffrey that he gets injured and be out for the season. Or Romain Favre, back in the day when he raced Paris Supercross. I'm like, yeah, of course, you can crash.
But they were squids.
No, but I mean, Romain just, I don't think he really trained for it. He just went there with a
And same with Jeffrey. Like, he's never really trained like that hard for Supercross.
No, so like they never really tried. Okay, Jeffrey like had some injuries, even with some small beach races or something, but that has nothing to do with me. I mean, I'm a completely different guy, and I have my own things I want to achieve, where Jeffrey wants to be the greatest of all time, which he basically is close to. He won't be able, I think, to get the 10 world titles in MXGP or in the MXGP series.
But he's got the most
But he got the
wins.
most race wins, which is unreal. I don't think anyone will ever beat, what is he on now? 107? 108?
A lot.
I don't think anyone will ever beat 110 GP wins. And for sure he will get more in the next few years. So I think that's something which is impossible to do. But yeah, then it's just a bummer. Like you see, Caroli did it 1 year, Paris Supercross. Maxime Renault did it. It all went fine. And then they just always, that's what I feel like. They're always highlighting
what could happen
negatively. But they never look at the things which happened and went all good.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a bit disappointing, but I wish I could race there. Even for the Dutch fans, like just to be there and show them, not even show them, but just to be there and have another
just
fun
to represent.
Race. Yeah, exactly.
If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe. And to listen to the full 3-hour podcast, search Gypsy Tales in your favorite podcast platform or click the link in the description below. Gypsy Gang.